So, Google just went and dropped its latest AI model, Gemini 3 Pro. And, hidden inside all the big announcements is this one tool that could completely, and I mean completely, change how marketers and content creators do their jobs. Today, we're going to break down the 5 most powerful features that solve some of the biggest, most annoying headaches in digital marketing. Seriously, if you create anything online, you're going to want to stick around for this.
Oh, you've been here, right? We all have. You spend like an hour trying to write the perfect prompt, and what do you get? An image with text that looks like it's from another planet, where it takes your beautiful company logo and just twists it into some kind of abstract nightmare. It's a huge pain and a massive bottleneck in any creative workflow.
Well, it looks like Google's answer has finally arrived. It's called Gemini 3, and they're calling it their most intelligent model yet. And look, they're not positioning this as just some small update. No, this is meant to be a major, major leap forward in what AI can actually do.
But let's get past the hype for a second. Because what we're really interested in is a specific tool inside Gemini 3 that seems to be built from the ground up to solve the real problems that marketers face every single day. And they've given this secret weapon a very, let's say, interesting name. It's not something predictable like Image Gen 5 or something boring like that. No, Google decided to go with something a little more memorable. Get this, it's called Nano Banana Pro. And yes, that is the actual official name for the image model inside Gemini 3. The key phrase to lock onto here is functional creativity. This thing isn't just for making pretty pictures. It's designed to be a practical tool that plugs right into a professional workflow and actually gets stuff done. So despite the, let's call it a quirky name, its capabilities are genuinely a big deal. We're going to walk through the 5 core features that make this model so powerful, and we're going to start with the one that solves that massive headache we just talked about. All right, number 1, text that actually works. I mean, for years, AI's inability to spell correctly or render clean text has been this huge, frustrating limitation. Well, it looks like Nano Banana Pro is tackling this head on. So on the left, you see what we're all used to, right? The nonsense words, the melted letters. But on the right, that's what's possible now. Nano Banana Pro is delivering what's called OCR-level accuracy. That's optical character recognition. It basically means the text is so crisp and so legible, it looks like a graphic designer actually typed it out themselves. You can finally use this in a real ad. So what's the big takeaway here? It means you can generate a nearly finished advertisement in a single prompt. Just think about that. You can type create an ad for a new sneaker, tell it the exact headline, the subheader, and the call to action you want, and have it all just appear, perfectly rendered. This basically takes multiple design steps and squishes them into one. Okay, next up, we've got 2 features that really work together to solve 2 huge problems for any brand. Keeping your branding consistent and making sure any data you show is actually, well, accurate. And the workflow for this is just incredibly simple. You can upload up to 14 reference images. That's your logo, your specific brand colors, your fonts, even shots of your products. Then, when you write your prompt, the AI is forced to only use those elements. This is huge because it gets rid of those AI hallucinations, where the model just kind of makes up a weird-looking version of your product. The third feature is something called grounding with Google Search. Now, this is a game changer for anyone who creates content with data. Instead of just generating a pretty but meaningless chart, you can actually ask it to visualize real-world data by pulling information live from Google Search. So no more of those random chart-like squiggles that we see everywhere. This is what lets you create visuals that are actually factually accurate. So for example, you could create an entire carousel for LinkedIn summarizing a new industry report, and you can actually trust that the charts and graphs it makes are based on real, verifiable data. All right, the last 2 features we're going to talk about are all about scale. These 2 unlock the ability to generate a nearly infinite number of consistent, on-brand creative assets. This is a total game changer for social media and advertising campaigns. So feature number 4 is character consistency. This has been the holy grail for AI image generation for a while now. It means you can create a brand mascot or maybe a virtual influencer and then generate a whole month's worth of content where they look exactly the same in every single shot. It doesn't matter if they're in an office or on a beach or climbing a mountain. It finally makes consistent AI storytelling a real possibility. And last but not least, feature number 5, the virtual photo shoot. This is so cool. You can take one clean photo of your product and then use this new feature called scene blending to just drop it into any environment you can possibly imagine. The AI handles all the tricky stuff. It automatically adds realistic lighting, reflections, and shadows. You can generate dozens of professional-looking product mock-ups in minutes, which could save you a fortune on actual studio costs.
So, when you put all this together, what does it unlock? Well, it enables what you could call infinite A/B testing. Think about it. You can generate 50 different versions of an ad in just a few minutes. Change the background, tweak the character's expression, try different headline, and then test to see what actually works, what actually converts, all for a tiny fraction of what that would traditionally cost. When you put all these pieces together, it becomes pretty clear that this is way more than just another image generator. It's a tool that automates huge, time-consuming parts of the marketing workflow, which, of course, leads to a very big question about the future of work. So here's the thought I want to leave you with. Is the marketing department of the future just one person armed with a tool like Nano Banana Pro? It's a pretty provocative idea for sure, but as AI moves from being a fun novelty to a professional-grade tool, it's a question I think we're all going to be grappling with very, very soon. I'd love to know what you think.